Well, good afternoon again, guys. It's once again Friday afternoon. You find me down the Syndicate Lake. I'm at the far end again, as normal. This week, because once again, I find all the carp up this corner, milling about on the top. It's a lot different day to last week. Once again, showers, but this week there's a northerly blowing. It's actually pretty cold. Well, guys, what I've decided to do this week, I'm not here primarily to catch fish, although I want to catch some fish. I want to do a little bit of a trial run for the fishing season that's now only 4 weeks away. And I cannot wait to get on some flowing water. I like to use the 4G squid by Nash. I think it's a great bait. I do love squid as a flavour, but unfortunately, after going on their website and speaking to them, they're not really doing it anymore unless you want to order big bulk quantities. I really use a pellet, to be honest, and wafters. Don't use a great deal of the boilies themselves. So change of bait has been in order. What I've done is done a bit of research and decided again on a Nash bait, which is, I've got some down here. I've decided on the Scopex squid. So once again, it's obviously got the squid flavouring in it. So I'm here really to try and see primarily how the barbel like it, and whether they like it or not. Now I know this corner is a favourite barbel spot. I'm fishing in about 4 foot of water. There's a nice clear area on the bottom. I've baited that up with some pellet and a bit of loose ground bait, as I normally do. And I just want to see how they're going to react to it, and how the carp react to it as well. It's a carp bait, so they should love it, but we're just going to see. So that's the plan for this week. So I'm going to get over there, have a look what's going on. I've got one rod in with a Scopex squid wafter on. So I'm going to see how it goes and see how we get on. Well, guys, what seems to have happened in the last sort of half an hour, 45 minutes is the wind swung around a little bit and it's blown just a thin film of scum and bits and pieces on the top in the corner here, and that seems to have given the fish the confidence to come in on the bait that was there that they just weren't coming onto. I have seen a barbel down there on it as well. He looked, I don't know, about £7, something like that. And there's plenty of carp in there as well, and they're churning the bottom up. It's making it a little bit difficult to see with the surface film on, but there's definitely some fish down there. I see a couple of ghosties just come in as well. You can actually see the fish moving in, and then they'll disappear under the scummy raft. So I've sneaked a couple of baits in there. I can't really see where I'm dropping them. It is a bit choddy down there. It's a bit difficult, but I've got a rough idea of where the clear spot was, and I think I put the baits on it. So I think we'll sit it out for 15 or 20 minutes. There's a big black cloud coming over, so I think we'll stay here for 15 minutes or so and sit the shower out and see what happens. It looks like a double to me. I thought, as I said when I was swimming around, it was about £7, but I'm sure it's the same one. It looks a double to me, so we'll rest them up in the net, and weather permitting, we'll get him out and show him to you. What a beautiful fish. Huge great tail on him. So he fought so well. And there's the other side. Absolute mint condition. Scale perfect. Talking of scales, let's get him on the scales before this shower comes. The scales are zeroed, so we'll get a true reading. I make that 11.5. That's fantastic. Right, let's get him back in the water before the heavens open. Fantastic. I've dropped the rods back in here in this corner for now. There's no fish there at the moment. I've put some more bait in, but it's kind of answered a question regarding my new bait. Barbel certainly do like Scopex squid, so that's fantastic. I mean, it's not a great surprise, is it? You know, they like their fishy flavours, and you know, they've also got a sweet tooth, haven't they? You know, you catch barbel on sweet corn, no problem. So that's fantastic. I'm gonna sit it out under the brolly for 10 or 15 minutes till this shower passes. It's absolutely black up there. A few rumbles of thunder as well, so if that gets too close, I should be in the car. I'm not a lunatic sitting under an umbrella in a thunderstorm. But then I'll soon come back out, and if there's no fish back here by then, I'll have a little wander around. I'm probably going to give it another half an hour or so, but I'm a happy chappy for now. So she'll retire in there whilst this cloud goes over, and we'll see what we can do. Well, the rain's coming and the thunder's coming, but I'm going to stick it out for now. It's quite interesting. I don't know how well it'll come out on the camera, but the way barbel runs differ from carp runs. With a carp, we all know, especially smaller carp, they just scream off. The faster the run generally, the smaller the carp. The barbel just, I was actually watching, the line just tightens up, pulls a little bit, and then the bait runners just sort of go out jerkily, and that's when you know it's, in here certainly, you know it's a barbel, and a decent sized one. But here comes the rain, so I'm going to get under the brolly. I don't know if you like me, but I hate sitting under brollies. But it's a little bit better than getting soaked. Well, as I said, the big black clouds come over. It's raining stair rods at the moment, and there's a couple of bolts of lighting that were far too close for comfort, so I've retired to the safety of the car, which apparently acts as a Faraday cage, so even if we get struck by lightning, we'll be fine. As long as that tree doesn't get struck by lightning and it falls on the car. But no, we'll be fine here. I think it should be passed in 10 or 15 minutes or so by the looks of it, so we're gonna have something to eat and something to drink, and then we'll have another hour at it and see how we get on. I'll catch you shortly. Well, a big group of carp have just moved in over the bait. I can't see too well at the moment because there's a bit of ripple on the water, and they've churned it up a little bit, so there may be a few more down there than I think, but it's looking promising. It's been a bit quiet for 10 or 15 minutes. There's been no fish around, but they seem to have moved back in now, so fingers crossed we can get another one out before it's time to go home. Well guys, unfortunately during the downpour I didn't get the run on camera, but just had this beautiful linear, beautiful scaly linear. What a great fish. Well, I was all packed up, ready to go home, and I just walked past here and there was a big group of carp milling about. Just on the off chance, I went and grabbed some dog biscuits I keep in the car, some floating dog biscuits, chucked them in, and they're really going crazy over it. I can't believe it. I haven't got any floater gear with me. I've just nipped back to the car and bodged a few bits together, because this lot are just being suicidal at the moment, so I'm sure we'll be able to have one out. If I get out of the way, you'll probably be able to see them, I'm guessing. We get a few more floaters in, because they've cleaned me out already. As I said, I haven't got any floater gear with me at all. All I've got in the car is a few bits and pieces, and I actually got a it's a pellet waggler. That's about the nearest thing I've got to a controller float. So I've cobbled that together just on the line with a hook and a band on the end, just to band one of these dog biscuits on. So I'm going to flick it out and see what happens. I've had everyone again. Well, we finally hooked one. Well, so many of them sucked it in and blew it out, but finally we got one. Beautiful common. Oh. Just rested him up in the net while I put a bit more bait in. As you can see, they're still having it over my shoulder, but there we are. It's about that. It's great off the top. Beautiful fish. Definitely a double. He's got a right belly on him. Fab. Right, I'm going to get him straight back because I reckon we might get another one out. Fantastic, we're onto a ghosty. To be honest, he's way across the lake. Fantastic. He really wanted that, so old school disgorger stick did the job. Well, no wonder he made such a long run. Look at the paddle on him. Fantastic. He took that dog biscuit right down. He really wanted that. That's brilliant. Well, I'm going to call it a day of that, guys. That's brilliant. We've had a great afternoon. It's about to rain again, but that's fine because all the stuff's already packed in the car. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.